Test, test.
Test, test, test.
Trying to find the best place to put this damn thing. That's out of my way.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. There we go. Maybe. That'll work.
I just had everything, but there it is. All right. We're back. We're back in this bitch.
We are.
I probably shouldn't start that way, but oh well.
It has been some time. I've been busy, so I apologize, everyone.
Dude, I get it. I have been busy too. That's the thing, like, that no one really tells you about with adults. We don't have kids yet or anything. It's just like we're, like, I feel bad for like my siblings who have 2 to 4 kids, and they're just like nonstop.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I think about it, like when we were kids playing 3 sports, like let's say basketball, football, baseball, like nonstop all year round,
Yeah.
and then maybe you have AAU basketball or
Right.
travel baseball. It's like you do not get a break.
Dude, my sister, so she's got 4 kids. One is playing travel volleyball right now, and like club volleyball. So they're in Sandusky for a tournament today, and then the other one has a game at Licking Heights, but like basketball game at Licking Heights. The other 2 are wrestling. They don't wrestle today, but it's like like you look at the events and you're like, man, that's a lot. And it's like, oh yeah, you forgot there's practices and school,
all the behind
and,
the scenes stuff,
and it just never ends. I gotta remember how to do my screen that it stays on display. I think it's display.
Oh yeah.
Auto lock. Never. Why won't it let me do anything? All right, well. I swear that's how you do it, but maybe not.
I thought there was a way to do like split screen on these.
There is the little 3 dots. There's a freaking cat here. There's like, so if you open up one of your apps, there's 3 little dots up on the top. Click that, and then you can split it, and then you can pick a new app.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Wow. That is pretty cool.
Learn something new every day.
For real. What the heck?
So, but kind of kicking off this episode, I've been teasing the announcement a little bit on Threads and X. Yes, I post on there. You guys should follow on Threads and X.
Hey, it's still Twitter to me.
I know. I hate calling it X. It's still Twitter. I mean, it's easier when you're typing out your to-do list to go X.
Yeah, I agree there for sure.
Minor details, but yeah, but we've been teasing it a little bit. It is official. May 30th is the Roughnecks volleyball tournament, but it is one of 2. That is the big thing.
Ding, ding, ding.
We are having 2 this year. We met with Todd at Newark Station. Todd and Emily, awesome, great people. Super easy to coordinate events with them because they just make everything kind of seamless. But we talked, and we're going to have one so May 30th is our competitive 4s tournament. That's it is competitive. It will be competitive, but 4 players, co-ed, obviously, like normal. You have to have at least one. So you can have 3 guys, but you have to have 1 girl, or 3 girls, you have to have 1 guy, that kind of thing. The details on that we'll get out. Like, it'll be coming out soon. I think, what do we say? Registration will open like a month before.
Yeah, early bird, get people in there.
Yeah.
It'll be probably easier to fill the 4s.
I think so, yeah. We'll do 16 teams if we can get them. So that'll just it'll depend. I think it'll be way easier, though, because I had a lot of interest in it. So if it flops, it's all your guys' fault.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me. I've already told a few people, and they're like, it's on my calendar.
Heck
Sarah
yeah.
actually had to change her bachelorette trip.
No way.
Well, I scheduled mine first, just saying. We scheduled the volleyball tournament, and then she texted me the other day. She goes, when's your volleyball tournament? I said, May 30th. And she was like, all right, crap, I'll change the dates for my bachelor trip. And I'm like, hey, man, not my fault.
Right.
I picked that date. I did what I could. So, but competitive 4s, and then we will have the recreational 6s like normal fall time. That date's still to be determined. Still working some things out. They have other events going on, and we're trying not to. It's still recording.
Okay,
Trying not to double book on those. So but it'll be probably September, I would assume, as of now. That don't quote me on that. It could change, but I think it's going to be September. Yeah, if you guys, but we are looking for, we're doing the same thing where we're donating again like we did last year. Last year we donated to the Moon family. We were able to raise $2,025, which I thought was so weird. The fact that it was 2025 and we got exactly $2,025.
Meant to be.
So, but this year we'd like to get, what did we say, 2,500 is where we'd like to, our donation goal. We want recommendations from you guys of who, what. We'll have like a little questionnaire like we did last year for people to fill out and recommend or nominate, I guess is the word, families or causes. And then we'll go through and pick one, find one. We like to do it this way. It's more fun, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just getting people together. I mean, Roughnecks as a whole, it's not just a name. We really want to empower and build a community, right? And we want to support that community. So, I mean, if anybody knows anybody in Licking County, Newark area, I mean, and honestly, well, I mean, anywhere, but we would like to give back to kind of the community that shaped us. But yeah, any recommendations you have, anybody that is in need of help, DM us. We'll have a questionnaire like Cole said, and then we'll look at all the submissions and then make a decision from there.
Right. Yeah, it's nice to give back. It makes the tournament more worth it, I feel
100%.
like. And honestly, like, I don't do the tournament. Like, we don't do the tournament to make money. Like, obviously, yes, in a way, but like we cover our costs because otherwise I'd be very bad at running a tournament. But, you know, it's not about us making money off of it because we don't take a dime from it. Like, that's the thing. I wanted to also appreciate you because, like, a lot of people don't understand the whole thing. We do this completely for free, and especially you, like, you take time out of your, like, today, like you said, you were up late last night, and we got 3 recordings we're doing today, so we're going to be ripping them. And it's just like, and like you said, your next 3 months you're busy with work and travel and everything, and so I really appreciate like you taking time out of your day to come and do this. And like, that's the thing that people don't understand is like we don't do this for money. We do this just because to do it.
Right. I mean, hey, if we can find a fat sponsor out there, sponsor Roughnecks Podcast, hey, we'll take some. We'll take some royalties.
You got plenty of places, you know, plenty of places to put signage and this is the new studio setup.
First time
I forgot about it. It's actually the first episode on it.
Let's go.
So yeah, I switched it up a little bit. I've reorganized this basement probably 20 times, and I'll probably end up doing it again at some point.
There's a lot of cool, like, good natural light that comes from that way, though.
That's true, yeah.
I like that.
You're not tucked back in the corner in the concrete.
It might be warmer back there, I will say.
It probably is, because that door, I need to do some stuff with that door, like insulation-wise. I think I need to rip my trim off and spray foam around it, because I think that's where, I think it's the draft coming in from that, but...
It's always something.
Yeah, it never ends.
Love being a homeowner, eh?
Yeah, something like that. But, but kind of switching, you know, obviously we have a lot of goals with the volleyball tournament, and there'll be more information to come on that, but kind of going from those tournament goals to kind of the personal goals, because that's kind of what I want to talk about. You know, we're into the end of the year now, and my whole thought was like, when we decide, now I was originally like, the first episode of the year, we'll talk about goals and stuff, and then I was like, honestly, I kind of want to take that break away, and we had the volleyball tournament to kind of figure out, so I wanted to take that time, and so we took it away, and we didn't release any episodes in January, but we're back in February. You know, one thing I'm going to say, I hate the New Year, New Me bullshit. I hate hearing it. I hate seeing it, because you see it every year, and 96% of people, nothing changes.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a good message, right? To want to transform yourself in the new year. I think people take it, I wouldn't say too literally, but I don't think new me is, to me, like, why change your complete self? Maybe change some aspects, some points. Maybe you want to be more consistent in this area, or maybe you want to do better in this area, but completely changing yourself just because it's a new year, I don't know if that's really the right idea. I think it's more or less like self-betterment in particular areas of your life, because you can't make a complete change just because it's a new year.
One of the other things I don't like, too, is, like, why do we need a date for all this to all of a sudden happen. Like,
Right.
everybody's always like, oh, January 1st I'll start. And it's like, well, that's a month away.
Right.
Why are we waiting a month to start? Like, I'm not saying you need to go in balls to the walls right off the rip, but like, why are we waiting until January? Like, that's the procrastination side of it.
Yeah.
It's like, why wait instead of just start now?
Yeah, and those individuals who need that specific date as extra motivation are the same people who 2 weeks after the new year might slip up and not continue pushing for that goal that they set for themselves January 1st.
What is it? And then like 2 weeks is like when most
Yeah.
most resolutions fail. And it's because of the motivation side of it disappears.
Yeah, it's like the January hangover, you
Yeah.
can call it, it's the same thing of think about the last time you started a new job or a new role within your current job, right?
Mhm.
First day on the job, super excited. Like you could stay up late as hell the night before. You're gonna wake up bushy tailed, bright eyed, ready to rock and roll for that new position and your new responsibilities. Give it 2 months and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta go to work.
Yep.
It's same thing.
Even like you new people come in that you work with, and it's like, man, that guy's pretty good. Like, I
Right.
like that. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, that guy sucks.
Right, like he's loafing.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to do anything now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. That's the difference too. Like, that's why, it's a Jocko quote that he's always said that it's always stuck in my head is motivation is just a feeling. Discipline is far more important.
Yeah.
Because motivation comes and goes.
100%.
Discipline, it comes and goes also, but that's something we can control. Motivation, I don't feel like you can really control motivation.
No, I think you can contribute some factors to motivation,
Right.
like money.
Yeah.
Money is a big motivator for some, not all.
Yeah.
Though, there's some people who do things like make podcasts for no money. And then
Yeah,
discipline.
no money motivation here.
Yeah, discipline wise, it's just I think this is a very important point for me because I think all student athletes probably feel this as well after you take that next step into your life where you're no longer a student athlete. We had discipline, but it was kind of forced discipline.
Right.
We had to be in the weight room. We had to show up to practice. You couldn't skip that shit. That's mandatory, right? And then you graduate or you stop playing sports, nobody's on your ass over. You don't have to be anywhere. Right. So it's hard to get that. I guess it's hard to have the motivation to do it because you're not being forced to, but it's also hard to stay disciplined because you don't have that external factor of a coach or a leader or someone on the team pushing you to do it.
People always talk about how disciplined student athletes are, and it's like you said, it's kind of forced.
Yeah.
So you look at it as, are they disciplined? Let me see them after they graduate.
Right.
Then I'll tell you if they're disciplined or not. Because me, the gym, fuck no, I'm not disciplined anymore. Like, yeah. I don't go to the gym. I don't work out.
I go, I'm just not consistent.
Right.
Yeah, and that's my issue. And it's because I stay up way too late at night.
Oh, I'm guilty of it as well.
And I just can't work out after work. It's just too many people. When I'm off of work, I'm off of work. I want to chill.
I come home and I'm like, I want to. Well, so that's I've got the 9 to 5, 5 to 9 type shit with my business, but I've gone from. I'm bad about coming home and taking a nap. That's one of my things that I'm really bad about, and but I'll come home, and I always have to at least take an hour. Whether I sit down, watch TV, sit down, play video games, whatever I do, I just have to take a second, a break, and then I. When my office is down here, I come down here and I'll work till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night on the business and editing and everything that I have going on. So, but it's, I need that time after work to just take a break.
Yeah. And honestly, a real question for all the listeners, as we're still getting started with this new year, ask yourself, what are your goals? What are the motivating factor behind those goals? And what steps do you need to take to stay disciplined to achieve those goals? Those 3 questions, if you approach any goal or anything you want to do with those 3 questions, first identify the goal. Second, why do you want to achieve that? That'll tell you a lot about yourself and what you want to do and what's your motivation behind it. A goal without motivation is something you'll never achieve. You have to, even if it's something you don't want to do, you have to find motivation deep down to stay disciplined. Motivation and discipline are hand in hand. Motivation can run out, but you have to stay disciplined. So as we kind of set the stage for 2026, just ask yourself those questions and really apply those changes to your life if you want, of course. Hey, I'm not Dr. Phil. I'm not telling you what to do, right? Yeah. But if that's what you want to do it. But question for you, Cole, kind of, we talked a bit about goals, I think, just offline, but just for everybody that's listening, kind of what are your main goals for 2026, and how have those been tracking for you?
Yeah, me and Sierra sat down and we did all of our goals. We did goals as a couple, like things that we want to complete together, and then we both have individual goals, and I have business goals and podcast goals, and it's a lot. It seems like a lot. It's really not. Like I'd say, and that's the thing I think too. I want to also put in. I think people overdo it sometimes. Like that list just gets huge. Like I want to, go to 3 states. I want to, make this much money. And it's like you start overwhelming yourself. I think the sweet spot probably is like 3 big goals that you want to accomplish. Now you can have other micro goals, yes, but I think you have to have micro goals. I think the big goals, like you don't go past 3 because like then it starts to get a lot. But some of the things that we're doing, like I know. One of my personal goals is to read 12 books this year, which I'm behind on. But I actually went through and I wrote out and I'm not saying I have to stick to it exactly, but I wrote out what page I need to be on each day of what book to be able to complete this goal. So that way I have an idea. I broke it out into data of the metrics of it, of this is where I need to be, and then I can go and check in and be like, oh man, I'm 2 books behind, or I'm actually 3 books ahead, like that kind of stuff. It's easy to do. But that's one. Another one is one of mine, Sierra's, is get married. Right. Yeah. It's a simple goal, but it's like
it still has to happen.
It still does. Crazy stuff happens, It's hopefully it doesn't, but that kind of stuff. What else did I do? I have them all wrote down over there. Like my business, I want to get 2 new gigs, pretty good gigs, podcast, X amount of episodes, this many new guests, because I've started to realize that I'm having a lot of repeat guests, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I also I need to be able to expand past those people that I've already talked to and kind of get some other people.
We can cut this out, but have you reached out to Jaden Rickett before he goes to Ohio State? Doesn't want to do it?
I haven't heard anything
He
back.
might have an agent or something.
Probably. I'm trying to think of what else I have. I mean, I have them wrote down over there. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I think that's the biggest thing in terms of being able to track it. And I'm a very list type guy, and I mean, you've seen, I already made the spreadsheet for the volleyball tournament. I make I'm very.
Oh, you guys should see this fucking spreadsheet, man. Yeah, it's sliders of when it's in progress, when it's completed, changes colors, has shit assigned. It's crazy. It's crazy work. I don't know how to do that shit on Excel. I know how to filter. That's about it.
It's not that. That's the stuff I enjoy. I like doing it, but I am a very list guy, so I wrote out all my goals, and then I kind of made checkpoints for these, and I have it all printed out, and every day I can go and just look, and I think it's important to check in once a month on where you're at with your goals. That's where people lose track. Yeah, is they don't. After those 2 weeks, those first 2 weeks, they just forget about them and move on. Yep. And me and Sierra that was us last year. We set goals, and I think we accomplished one of them, but we just completely forgot about it. Now this year, she actually made punch cards for us.
You guys are clocking in and clocking out on goals?
Yeah, it's pretty much. But no, what it is, so when you accomplish, so I want to read 12 books. So she made a little punch card with 12 books on it. And you punch it after every book.
Cole's getting gold stars.
I am. Oh my God. I am. It's awesome. But and they're hanging on the fridge though, and it's that constant reminder of, that's the thing. I think you need to write down your goals. I don't think, maybe you don't want to, break it down like I do, or me and Sierra did, but I think you need to write them down, and they need to be somewhere that you see consistently, because you tend to forget about them. It's normal. It happens. Like we talked about, life gets busy. Mm-hmm. Some of that stuff you kind of forget about.
Yeah, and I think everyone that's listening, don't think that you have to be as detail oriented as Cole is to achieve those goals.
I'm a little OCD.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that if your goal is to read 12 books and you write down where you have to be in each book every week or so on and so forth, life gets busy, right? And then you might look at it and you're like, oh, I'm too far behind, give up. So just find out what works for you. Similarly to
well, some people might look at my list and be overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, holy shit, I got to do all of this, you know. But also like the constant reminders. I know when I ran my first 40-yard dash in high school, like first official one that's like for recruiting, I got the time back and I wasn't happy with it. So what did I do? I put that time and I posted it right in front of my mirror, or like to the side of where I would get dressed for school every morning. So every morning I saw that. I was like, okay, you have to do something to get faster, to get stronger, to get better if you want to continue being the athlete that you want to be, right? So it's not physically just writing your goal on a mirror. You can, if that helps you. Yeah. For me, it was seeing the slow 40 time and just every morning.
You're still faster than me.
Every morning, constantly remembering, okay, this is why. This is my motivation. This is why I have to stay disciplined, because I want this. I want to be better. But yeah, I mean, goals. Hey, if we had it figured out,
we wouldn't be doing a podcast for free.
Exactly. If we had it figured out, you know. But just kind of take what we say with a grain of salt and apply it how you will to your goals in your life. And I'm sure you'll see progress for sure.
What are you doing this year? Like what are you doing? Like what goals do you have, and how are you kind of putting them into motion? Like what is your process behind it? Because we're different in that sense, where I write everything out. What are you doing for yours? Yeah,
dude, I'll be honest, I'm not great at writing my goals down or really even expressing them. I internalize a lot of things, so it's like kind of all in my big ass head that you can see on the screen right now. But one is to just be consistent in the gym. I was consistent for a bit, and then I got the flu, so I physically I couldn't work out for a week, and then it's been slipping again since I took the week off, and it's just tough. But definitely be more consistent in the gym, and thankfully my girlfriend, shout out Liv, she's very she's kind of that accountability buddy, to where if like
that's huge too.
Yeah. If there's some times where I'm just way too tired in the morning. I'm like, hey, I got an early meeting. Like, I'm just not going to go. But she'll be like, come on, you got to. You're
already up. Right. Let's
go. So, yeah, shout out her for real. Having an accountability buddy is huge. Professionally wise, I just want to continue to grow within my company, just capitalizing on any opportunity. This is my second year in a row hitting President's Club for the company. That's a big accomplishment, but I want to do it again. So that's another goal that I have, as well as just develop leadership skills. So yeah. I want to get into leadership, like management, like director positions, things of that nature. So I've been reading.
That's what I was going to say. Reading's probably reading and podcast and just like, or TED Talks and that stuff is like one of the best things I feel like for leadership.
Yeah.
learning.
I like podcasts when I'm driving, but I can't just like put my, my AirPods in and listen to a podcast.
I get too distracted.
Yeah, me
like
too.
when I'm driving for some reason.
Because you got to stay focused on the road.
But I hear every word.
Yeah.
I hear every word of everything. Like but like, if I'm just freaking, sitting at work on my desk, like I can't listen to them when I'm working down here. I'll throw them on the TV sometimes, and then I realize 20 minutes went by. I didn't hear a word that anybody said. Like,
ADHD, bro.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Me and Sierra was just giving me crap about that upstairs because I was like doing this, and then I walked away and was doing something else, and I was like, crap, plug your phone in, it's dead. And then I get so distracted, and that's why that's why I'm a list guy. Because otherwise, I will forget about everything that I'll remember 3 of the 10 things that I needed to remember. Yeah, I'm so bad about that.
And then kind of the last goal, and I have more goals, but just the main ones. I want to do a better job of, I guess not respecting myself in a sense of like I personally harm myself. I guess it's more respecting my time. So taking more time off of work. So in 2025, I took a total of 4 PTO days. That's it, the entire year, right? And we have much more available, but I guess sales mindset, I never want to take a day off because I want to keep selling. But it harmed me like after work of feeling like I am just working, working, sleeping. So I'm gonna do better this year, taking more time off. I already have one kind of personal trip planned in between my 6 work trips that I have in the next 3 months. So yeah, just really self-awareness, caring about myself more, and my work-life balance.
Yeah. Work-life balance is a tough one. I honestly, like, I feel I'm fortunate that, like, Sierra, like, I get home and she's like, you need to go work on stuff. Like, she, like, kind of forces me to come down here, even though I don't want to half the time. Because, like, you know, I got a list of, like, that was actually one of the goals. Me and Sierra made 2 goals for each other. And one of the goals that she made for me is to work on my business or podcast, come down here and work 3 times a week.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's fair. Like, because what I'll do sometimes is I'm bad about, I'll freaking 2 weeks straight, I'm down here every night for hours. And then I'll take 2 weeks off and not do a thing when there's things I need to do. So that's one of the things I'm bad about. And that kind of helps keep me accountable of, like, all right, you have to take 3 days. And I've done it very good this year. Usually it's more than 3 days. Now I'm busy with some things right now in terms of the business, which isn't a bad problem to have. But, you know, it's getting yourself to come down and actually sit down and do it that once I get started, I'm fine, but it's just hard to, after that work, to come down and want to do anything. And that's where I think some of the things that I've started doing this year too is, like, non-negotiable things that I have. Like, you know, you can have 3 things, you can have 1 thing, it could be whatever. I have probably 2 or 3 things that I really like. They're non-negotiable every day. Journaling, and now non-negotiable. Should be non-negotiable, but I'm bad about it. Reading, and I don't even remember what the 3rd thing is anymore.
It must be not. It's not negotiable.
No, it's not. I got 1 thing. Journal every day.
Yeah.
Like, that's the 1 thing that I try to do because it takes 5 minutes of my time.
Right.
I'm big on reflecting on the past years, and I'll go back and read, that day when I journal, I go back and read I think I'm up to like 3 years of journal entries now.
That's awesome, man.
And I can go back and read that day, and it's like, sometimes I'm like, holy crap, I'm being lazy again. Or sometimes I'm like, man, I've came a long way from 3 years ago.
Right.
It's just kind of gives you a perspective.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget.
Then go back and read how you were, like, what your mind state was in that current day, the previous year. It's
well, 3 years ago.
It's growth.
3 years ago was not a good year for me, so it's came a long way. I don't even know why, but those journal entries were dark.
Well, I mean, it's progress though. If you've
sometimes though, after you write a nice happy journal entry and you go back and you're like, oh damn,
shit. All right.
Going through some shit, were you?
Yeah.
But. Yeah. Do you have anything non-negotiable for you every day, or is it just kind of you're a little more of the laid back?
Yeah, dude. It's a blessing and a curse. I'm a set your sails wherever the wind takes you type of guy. That's just how I've always been. So I don't know non-negotiable wise, like, try to learn something new every day, I guess. Just even if it's like professionally, if it's personally, just constant knowledge. But I wouldn't say that I have something that, I need to make the gym non-negotiable. It's just hard, especially when it's cold as shit outside and you don't want to leave your house.
Right. Dude, when that snowstorm came in.
Oh, dude, I was hunkered down.
I did not want to leave.
I couldn't even get out of my garage, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they don't plow the alley that our garage sits in, so it was just like, I'm just not going anywhere.
I went out with Sierra, with her job in nursing, she had to go to work.
Yeah.
So, like, that Monday, I actually drove her to her. She only had a couple patients and they were all closed. So, like, I drove her because I was like,
Cole has a new truck, everyone, by the way.
That is part of it. And I honestly told Sierra, I was like, I'm afraid, because the roads weren't great. And I'm like, your car sits lower. I'm afraid it's going to mess up the front of the car.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
I can at least.
So much snow.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll just drive you. And it was a good thing because, like, the first one we got to, he's in his 90s. Front of his driveway, he had shoveled some of the driveway, but
he shoveled it, Jesus.
Or somebody shoveled it.
Say,
I don't
90.
think he did, but the plow trucks when they came through and then pushed in front of the driveway, so I couldn't even pull in his driveway.
Yep.
I dropped her off and I went to the gas station because I needed a Monster. I wanted a Monster. That's something I'm trying to get better at too this year, is like not saying need, and it's more of a want. And then it also makes me realize, like, you don't need that, so you don't need to go get it. like beer.
But you need to save money. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I need to save money this year. I've had that money goals are huge this year, but I won't even get into that. It's just I've actually I'm operating on like an actual budget now, and holy crap, when I quit spending willy nilly, I actually have money.
Yeah, for sure. If you look at all the subscriptions you have, like all the reoccurring bills you have, I mean, there's times where I look at like my debit card statement, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, that's how I figured out like that I was paying for Walmart Plus or something. Like, and I'm like, what the
Probably don't even go to Walmart that much.
Not anymore. We go to Kroger because the deals are better. But yeah, like it's what happens is you order. If you ever order online, you check something and it's like, oh, free
shipping.
It's like the thing if it's 14 days for free and then it cancels.
It's like Amazon Prime.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So I didn't even realize it, but you don't catch that stuff if you're not paying attention to your card.
Literally. Like talking about goals, and then we can kind of move on to some other things. But are there any? Well, it's still early, but what hasn't been going well goals wise for you?
Discipline.
Okay.
I mean, it's personal, really. It's just consistency and discipline. Now, like that's not with everything. Like I said, I'm pretty good about. I've came down, multiple times a week and worked on the podcast or business. Reading, I'm way behind, like I mentioned. I don't journal every day like I plan. Just it's the discipline of the non-negotiable type stuff, or it's like the little things. Like none of my goals are things that are huge that I have to do every day. It's simple stuff. Like because Sierra said, like work on 3 times a week, even if it's a half hour.
Right.
At least you did, like you worked on it and did something. So, but it's really just a discipline that's not working well. And I tend to overwhelm myself because I plan out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I here's what I'm doing every day. And it's kind of like deadline stuff. Now, obviously some of it's shiftable and it does, but I used to overwhelm myself of I have 40 things to do today. Now I've cut it down to I have 15 things to do today.
Yeah.
And some of that may be as simple as check your email.
Right.
Or,
reach out to someone.
Call this person. It's simple stuff. I've stopped overwhelming myself, but what I've got bad about is I don't take time into consideration. I plan to edit a video this day. Well, that actually took me 3 days instead of 1 day. Well, then all that stuff gets pushed to the next day, and then all of a sudden it's a 60. Like right now, I think actually my one for today is 66 things. That's obviously I know I'm not going to get all that done. I just have it in there, and then I slowly start to shift things where they need to go. But it's just the procrastination and discipline is the discipline has been my Achilles heel right now. I'm better than I used to be, and what I'm proud of myself of is I made it past that 2 weeks. I'm past that 2 week thing, and because I have them wrote down, I see my goals, and I'm like, they're still in my mind consistently.
Yeah, and I mean, it is completely fine to look yourself in the mirror and say that you're not achieving or you're not being as disciplined as you want to be. It's not. These goals aren't meant for you to be perfect and hit every milestone. It's fantastic if you do, but that's not how life works. So really, kind of taking a step back and acknowledging that, hey, I'm not doing the things that I want to do to achieve this goal, lets you recalculate, re-strategize, and then attack it at a different angle to achieve it, maybe at a later date or even on time. But I know there's definitely some people out there that create these massive goals, right? And then it's very detrimental to that goal or to yourself to start obsessing over the end result. So let's say my goal is to lose 20 pounds. Now, that is not my goal. I need to gain weight.
I was going to say, dude, you
Yeah.
can't afford 20 pounds.
But just say, hypothetically speaking, that was my goal. If I'm obsessing over the scale and the number on the scale and not obsessing over showing up to the gym every day, that number on the scale is not going to change if I don't care about the goal enough to show up to the gym every day or to take those action items of counting macros, eating healthy, drinking a lot of water. There's so many little things that go into those massive goals. Why are you focusing on the bigger picture and not the steps it takes to get to that bigger picture? There's no artist in the world. Think of a large painting. Do you think they Do you think they start with the outline of the painting? Do you think they start with the background? Probably not. They start with the details, the very fine details, and then build off of those details to achieve that beautiful piece of artwork that it is when they finish. So, I mean, that's really my idea about it. Don't stress over the end result. Think about what you have to do to get there.
Because I feel like if you start stressing over the end result, we are in an instantaneous, culture. Like, we want things now.
Yep.
So when we don't see the result right away, that's why I remember having this conversation with someone. They were trying to lose weight. They would weigh themselves every day.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, quit. Don't look at the scale for a month. Stay consistent, go to the gym, work out, do like all this stuff you talked about, but don't look at the scale. Once a month, weigh yourself.
Yep.
I think it's important because you need to see, like, okay, maybe this isn't working,
Right.
or that kind of stuff. But those first, few weeks, you're not going to see a giant difference. No. It takes more than 2 weeks. That's why, I don't know if you're familiar with Andy Frisella, the 75 Hard Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he does 75 days, because it takes, like, I forget the number. I think it's like 75 to create a habit.
Yep.
So that's why he does the 75, because you're not going to see it. You can't do. I hate when people are like, "Oh, lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks," and it's like, no,
right.
Probably not a healthy way.
Right.
First off,
yeah. You can swallow this tapeworm if you want.
Yeah. I think it's important to look like you have to do it more than 2 weeks. You have to continue to go and build that habit. It's going to take time, but we can't expect things to happen instantaneous. It's not going to happen. I think something else that we need to talk about too, you're going to slip.
Yeah.
You're going to miss. Like you said, things are going to happen. You're going to get sick. You're not going to the gym when you're, death ridden. Like, you're going to slip, but it's important to get back on the horse. Like, you grab the bull by the horns. You're going to get knocked down, but you can't let that, when you fail, be like, okay, it's done. It's
exactly.
Over. It's not over. You got to continue to go.
Yeah, because even not achieving the goal fully, but almost achieving it is still a success in my eyes.
Yeah.
Depending on the goal, I guess. But, I mean, making any sort of progress towards a goal is still progress.
I've seen people be like, whatever your goal is, here, write down your goal. Okay, you want to achieve 10% less.
Yep.
Because you're going to set it higher, which I think is a good thing. Like, I actually was talking to somebody about the wedding, and he was like, what are you gonna spend? And I was like, I don't know, like, we haven't quite figured out the budget side of things yet. Like, we have an idea, but he was like, he's like, you should sit down and do it, and then whatever number you come up with, take $1,500 off, and then stick to that. And I was like, actually, that's probably a good idea, because then it's like, you're not, because we don't want to freaking kill ourselves to pay for a wedding.
Right.
We want it to be a good time and fun and everything, but like, we don't want to overdo it kind of thing. So, I'm sorry, my freaking iPad's being weird. I had to reset it, and it is driving me nuts.
And I mean, even with the idea of slipping, just think of, if you do catch yourself kind of slipping or things of that nature, it's fine, right? But make a rule for yourself, never miss 2. Mm-hmm. So don't let yourself slip 2 days in a row.
Right.
If you miss 1 day at the gym, don't let it happen twice in a row. Things of that nature, because when you start missing consistently, then it's just easier to justify missing again.
Yeah.
And that's, again, kind of what I was going through with the gym after being sick. It's like, shit, well, I missed this Monday, so let me just start next week. Or, it's easy to do, but
it's easy to start pushing it back.
Exactly.
And then when you start pushing it back, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yep.
Like, you just kind of forget about it. That's I think it's also important to, we kind of touched on a little bit, but you have to look at the type of person you are and understand, who you are. We're different. I have to write everything out. Some people may have to do that. Like I said, I think it's important to at least write your goals out. You don't have to go into the details that I go into, but I think it's important to write it down. And you're different. You may just be able to put 3 bullet points beside it and be like, that's all I need.
Right.
And that's fine. But you have to look at who you are and understand. I think you almost have to, when you make a goal, what are the challenges that are going to come with this goal?
Right.
Get ahead of it. Know what they are. So then when they approach, you can be like, nope, that's one of the things I knew was going to happen, and I'm not going to let it affect this.
There's always roadblocks.
Yes.
Nothing is nothing is just as simple as it seems, of course. So, I mean, You're exactly right. You have to prepare for that adversity and respond to the adversity. Shout out Coach Sev.
Adversity?
Yeah.
Good Lord. I know more about adversity through Coach Sev than anybody else. I never heard really much adversity talk in college. But adversity in high school, buddy, that was every sentence.
It was just true. And if you think about some of the stuff he said, I mean, it was more than just football.
Yep.
He was trying to teach us life lessons of, hey.
And he did.
Yeah, he did 100%.
Yeah, I still talk about some of that stuff. I think I don't even remember what we were talking about. We were talking about high school coaches, and I was like, that was instilled through me from Sev. Like, that's something that stuck with me. And it's just same with college. I had some things that the coaches do wear on you a lot. Yeah.
It's just different points in your life. In college, you're kind of blossoming into a young man. In high school, you're still a kid at the end of the day. Yeah, you might be 18. Yeah,
you're still a kid.
Yeah, you're still a kid. And coaches have a lot of impact on. I mean, especially in my situation, didn't really have a father figure per se. So a lot of the coaches in my life have been father figures there, and you really, even if you don't appreciate it in the time that they say it, you look back and you're like, damn, they were spitting real shit.
Yeah. Warrington, I don't even know what he was saying half the time, but
hey, it got me going.
He got me hyped. Yeah. He did. And then Sev's adversity, I'm like, I'm about to get kicked in the mouth, and it's gonna be normal. But yeah, I don't really have anything else off the goals, but I do want to challenge everybody to come up with a goal for the next 30 days. Stick to it for 30 days. And it may not, I don't mean stick to it 30 days. You have to do it every day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying set a goal on a 30-day period and plan it out. Look at, whether it is you want to go to the gym. Okay, but you don't need to go to the gym every day. It's, whether it's I need to be active, so just go take a walk that day. Now, I wouldn't recommend it right now. It's a little chilly. But that was the crappy part too, is one of the goals me and Sierra had was walk the dogs once a month.
Yeah.
Well, that did not happen in January. I don't know if you know, here in Ohio, it's been a little chilly and snowy.
Well, Brooks, both dogs would literally just be sinking in the snow. Like, you couldn't even see them. So
it was, when we got all that snow, it was up to the bottom of Brooks.
Yeah, I bet.
But they were like crackheads out there.
Yeah. Another thing with that challenge, I mean, if you need an accountability buddy, right? We could even start like a Roughnecks goal challenge to where if you're comfortable sharing your goal, just tag us on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you want. Share your goal with us and then track your accountability through that. I mean, if you need an accountability buddy, we can be that for you.
Mm-hmm.
So just, tag us, hashtag Roughnecks Goal Challenge or whatever we want to make it or you want to make it. Start something and we'll see how many people we can impact and kind of help out with that.
And guess what? It's February now. It's not too late to start.
Not at all.
Once again, we don't need January 1st. That's where also some people I feel like do too, is January 1st. Oh, wait, it's January 14th. I can't start now. No, you can. Any day is the good day to start. 2026 is going to pass by quickly. It's already February. It's just crazy.
Craziness.
At the end of the year, you can look back and you can either be proud of yourself or you can be the same and kind of pissed about that. It's your decision to who you are at the end of the year. So you might as well start now trying to make yourself a better person, whatever aspect of that is.
Yeah. It's your life. It's your choice. It's your goal. So if you want to achieve it, you got to take the steps to do it. If you don't want to achieve it, that's completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
Totally up to you. But definitely grab the bull by the horns and let's rock 2026.
Absolutely. And with that, you guys know what to do. Life is hard. Just going to knock it down, just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let that bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.